Welcome everyone to the National Gallery of Victoria. I'm Tony Ellwood and I'm the director. I'm very excited to say that while we've been closed for a period of time, we've been working very hard on some collection displays and some exhibitions which we can't wait to welcome you into. The NGV is Australia's oldest and largest public art museum, and we welcome over 3 million visitors a year and have over 77,000 objects in our collection. I can't wait to take you inside, so please follow me.
Hi, I'm Ted Gott. I look after European paintings here at the NGV in Melbourne. And today I'd like to show you our remarkable Salon Gallery. In this great room we have over 150 paintings and sculptures. We've hung the paintings literally floor to ceiling, as you can see, and we've done this in emulation of the way in which viewers experienced contemporary painting in Paris and London at the annual summer exhibitions. The great Salon show in Paris, in which thousands of works were displayed every year, and the Royal Academy show in London, in which over 1,000 paintings were also displayed every summer. Viewers at the time were often encouraged to bring along opera glasses so they could see the works that were hung at the very top, position that was not desirable for artists and was called skied. The fine position for an artwork was pretty much at this level. Smaller works were hung along the bottom for closer inspection. This was a way in which audiences could see works of art on a cinematic scale. Now, every curator in a museum collection has favourite works of art. This is the first Cloud by William Quiller Orchardson that was shown at the Royal Academy London in 1887. It's a spectacular picture, beautifully painted, and you can see that it shows a rather disgruntled gentleman who might be slightly older than his wife. He is stranded on this little swatch of carpet, and she appears to have argued with him and is sweeping out. We just see her reflection in the mirror. Now they're dressed in evening dress. They've clearly come in from dinner or the opera. There's no fire in the grate, which is symbolic, of course, of the fire dying out in this marriage, because this argument, this first cloud, is leading to a storm that might engulf the couple. What's fascinating with this picture is that in X-ray and infrared examination of it, we discovered that the carpet on which the man is standing was originally painted right across the floor. And obviously at the last minute, Orchardson has decided to put in a parquet flooring that helps strand the man on his little rug, like a penguin on an iceberg. And it brings to the painting the drama of sound. With the parquet floor, we now have the sound of her heels clicking on the wooden boards and the swish of her silk taffeta dress. And that sound speaks volumes for this marriage, which is threatened, if not doomed. Another favourite painting of mine is this one, hanging right next to us, and this is by August Friedrich Schenk. Now, he was a Danish painter. He moved to Paris, where he became a specialist in doing emotive animal paintings like this, and he loved to paint sheep in particular. Here we have the subject Anguish. This was shown at the Paris Salon of 1878, where it was a big hit. It's clearly tugging on our heartstrings. We see the mother sheep standing over her dead lamb. We don't know what the lamb has died of, but we do know that he's about to become the meal for the murder of crows that surround him. A really emotional, heart-rending scene. And in an era before cinema, this work on a cinematic scale must really have impressed audiences. In 1906, the local newspaper, the Argus, did a survey of pictures in our collection. This was named one of the top 5 favourite pictures of visitors to the gallery. Intriguingly, in 2011, our 150th anniversary, we did a similar survey of our visitors, and once again, Schenk's Anguish turned up as in the top 5 favourite works among visitors to the entire collection. Now, I hope you enjoy your tour of the rest of the collections here at the National Gallery of Victoria in Melbourne.
Hi, my name's Danny Whitfield and I am one of the fashion and textiles curators here at the National Gallery of Victoria. Part of the work that I do is to produce exhibitions, and here in this gallery we have our Collecting Com exhibition, which looks at the work of avant-garde Japanese fashion designer Rei Kawakubo of Comme des Garçons. She wants to make clothes that haven't existed before. And so each of her collections is an opportunity to pursue different design strategies and to test so-called fashion logics. One of my favourite collections in this exhibition is the 2013 Spring-Summer Collection Crush. For this collection, Kawakubo took stiff cotton canvas, laid it flat on a table, and then through a process of layering and folding and then overstitching, created the garment forms. So the end result appears unfinished and sculptural. It's a quite poetic collection, and I think what Kawakubo is trying to say is that by crushing the idea of clothes or what they can be, we can create an open-ended design process that leads to new possibilities. Another collection in this room, which is particularly fascinating, is 2006's Cubism collection. Kawakubo is often referred to as a deconstructionist. By this, we mean that she takes the ideas of clothing or conventional ways of making and turns them inside out or unpicks them. In this case, the collection takes conventional forms, such as a men's tailored waistcoat, and explodes it into several pattern pieces that are then grafted onto a sheer tulle underlay. By playing with conventions of masculine and feminine and ideas around beauty, she creates a hybrid garment form that is unlike anything we've seen before. Well, that's enough for me for the moment. I hope you've enjoyed this brief introduction to the work of Rei Kawakubo and our exhibition Collecting Com. If you are interested, jump online and have a look at the exhibition website. Otherwise, enjoy your tour.
I'm here in the Great Hall at the NGV, which is in a magnificent space with what is thought to be one of the largest stained glass ceilings anywhere in the world. But what I really love about this space is that it's a great community space. It's here for reflection, it's here for school groups, it's here for families to come together and meet and to talk about the art experiences that they've had while they've been here. It's also a place where we have performances, lectures, concerts, so it's a truly community-minded space and it's one that we're really proud of. Next on our tour, we'll take you past Erica from Orchestra Victoria, who's performing a piece of music alongside a work of art from our permanent collection. She'll be joined by our film crew. We've all been working hard behind the scenes to create new content for you that's shared on our social media channels, which we hope that you'll get to enjoy. While we've been closed, we've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, including de-installing this magnificent new acquisition by Coors that we recently acquired. But now let me take you on the rest of the tour, where we're going to meet the Head of Conservation and a Curator of Contemporary Art and see what they've been working on behind the scenes.
Hello, my name's Michael Varker-Cox and I'm Head of Conservation here at the NGV, and I'm inside the Conservation Department, which is actually below the main gallery. So although we're closed, there's still chances to care for the collection and do some primary work. And one of the things we've been doing recently is working on this painting here by Charles Cope. So it's called The Pilgrim Fathers, and it's actually one of our earliest acquisitions. So it's been here a long, long time. And what I've been doing week by week, I come in and I do rounds of the galleries, I check the artworks and make sure everything's okay. And I've also spent a little bit of time just doing some practical work. So I'd like to show you what I've been doing so far, which is removing discoloured dirt, and to be honest, it's grime, it's smoke from many years ago, a little bit of human flesh. And you can see I've been cleaning up through here. I'm going into the sky, and there's a big difference between the sky here and the dirty area up there. So of course, what I'm doing is I'm revealing some of the natural colours that should be shown. It's quite a simple process, but it's a big painting. It's a great chance to do it now. If there's time, I'm also going to do things like retouch some of the drying cracks. And we'll also just do a lot of documentation while it's off the wall. This painting we actually took off the wall just before we all went home for a long period of time. And we actually haven't had a lot of time with it for many, many years, probably decades. So it's a chance to perhaps even do an X-ray and see what's below the surface. So this is just one of the types of treatments we're doing at the moment at the gallery. I also have staff working at home, building new frames for artworks. We are making dust covers to keep continuing to protect the artworks. And we have mount makers making mounts, so when they are attached to objects, they can be on display for people to enjoy them again. So there's lots of things to do. This painting will be ready for reopening, so you'll be able to come and see it in new light and hopefully see it for the first time you haven't been before. But we look forward to you all coming and joining us and seeing the NGV collection. So enjoy the rest of the tour.
Hi, my name is Pip Wallace. I'm a curator of contemporary art here at the gallery, and today I'm going to show you a work from our collection by John Baldessari. He was an important conceptual artist who was born in 1931 in California, and we're going to look at his work Fable. So Baldessari was really interested in the way that images and words work together, and so he used printmaking and photography a lot to kind of understand the way that our mind reads images and language and makes meaning out of those. So what we have is images and then a word over the top, and the images are taken from TV shows in 1977 when he made the work, and then he's overlaid text on top of the images to create this almost absurd, sometimes meaningful, sometimes confusing experience. He has nouns and adjectives on the horizontal form and verbs on the vertical, and it really is like a little TV show or a comic book in the way that you can move through it and you get a sense of a narrative. But in this case, the narrative is really up to us to decide as we fold the book out. These works in the collection, which are in storage a lot of the time, get to have their moment of glory every now and then when they get curated into a group show. Because its form is like a book, we'll probably put it on a case under glass, but let you really get up close and look through the glass and get a sense of the play of meaning that Baldessari is trying to create.
My name's Wayne Crothers, Senior Curator of Asian Art at the NGV. We're currently visiting Japanese Modernism, which covers a fascinating area of Japanese early 20th century history during the 1920s and 1930s. I lived in Japan for over 15 years, and this was always a fascinating part of my engagement and study. The exhibition features men and women's fashion, publishing, magazines, posters, graphic design, interior decoration like cut glass, bronzeware, lacquerware, and that really bring to life this vibrant street culture that existed in Osaka and Tokyo of the time. We have large-scale paintings by both male and female artists, with the feature work being a large folding screen by the young female artist of the era, Fumie Taniguchi. Painted at the age of 25, it features 6 young modern women of the era, changing from traditional costume into modern apparel of the time. We also have smaller objects like this wonderful collection of cosmetics, which were giving graphic designers of the era a whole new forum with which to explore these modernist designs. Japanese Modernism, unfortunately, had to close after 2 weeks of being open due to the coronavirus, but we'll be open again in the coming weeks, so please come and join us at that time. Enjoy the rest of the tour at the NGV.
That concludes our tour of the National Gallery of Victoria here in Melbourne. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm standing outside in our beautiful sculpture garden, which is another great place for you to visit when you come here. We also do an annual architectural commission, and right behind me now is a wonderful piece done by Edition Office and Aboriginal artist Juani Scarce. We can't wait to welcome you back to the NGV here in Melbourne when we're able to reopen to the public.